No problem.
All right, sorry guys. Looks like we're live now. Totally missed practice there, but got a heads up from Edwin that hadn't been live, so I've been talking my butt off, and I have no information for you. I apologize. So here we go. Welcome, Watkins Glen IndyCar Series Round 9. Man, I was talking my butt off. I've said so much. This is our weather outlook for today. 78 degrees ambient temp, 26% humidity, clear skies, 8-mile-an-hour wind. Track temp 113 degrees. We do have the boot here at the Glen, so track distance a little bit longer than the Cup layout, 3.36 miles. Go ahead and get that off the screen. And we'll get the track map back up there. Maybe if it wants to work. And of course it doesn't want to work. Let me get that closed here real quick. Sorry guys, I thought I was live. Everything seemed to be working correctly. It even had the red light up for me telling me I was live, but I wasn't live, so missed out on the intro during practice and everything. Apologize about that, but we should be good and going now as I'm live and it looks like timer's up, so everything else looks to be good. My apologies for that. Let's see if I can get these overlays to pop back up and work correctly. That would be great. There we go. Track is up. Alright, there we go. My apologies everybody. I apologize about that. While I got y'all here, I'll go ahead and go back over it. We do have point standings to show currently. Nate Fields is our points leader. Charles Bronstein in second. Corey Kobe third. Sheridan Wade fourth. Mark Owlett our top five in points. Trevor Benz sixth. Joseph Klein seventh. And Sheridan Wade just went to the top of the charts. So close battle up there up top though. 5-point gap between Nate and Charles for the points lead. And then second, third and fourth, only 2 points separate them. So pretty close battles up here at the top of the charts. We're battling for this championship as we're 8 weeks down. 4 weeks to go, including this week. So last third of the season. Sheridan Wade is putting down another burner. As we look down at the bottom, we're getting timing and scoring updates for the 5 sectors of the track. Sheridan Wade, session best in sectors 1 and 2. Slower in sector 3, using that red alternate tire. Not really certain how much good you can get out of those tires and for how long, so this should be interesting. Looks like he went a little bit slower in sector 4 as well. One last turn here, coming onto this front stretch. Oh, just over a half a second slower than his prior lap, so looks like Nate Fields may be gaining a little bit here. Personal best in sectors 2 and 3, a little bit slower in 1 and 4. And he is 3/10 slower than his first lap. Again, these guys get 4 laps in qualifying. It's lone cars, so that's why we don't see any other cars on track with them. Choose whichever tire you want to use. Looks like most drivers have chosen the alternates. A couple have chosen the primaries. Again, the tire compounds are different. Primary tire is a little bit harder compound, little less grippy overall, whereas the red sidewalled alternate tires are a little bit softer compound, meant to give you more instant grip, but they don't usually last as long because they're a softer compound. But Some tracks treat these tires a little bit different, so some of it comes down to driving style and preference, level of grip, so on and so forth. These drivers can choose whichever they want to use for qualifying. And then when it comes to the race, each driver must run at least one lap on both compounds. Past that, you can choose however you want to do it, but you do have to have a lap registered with each compound for the race to be official for that driver, or they will be disqualified. See Kyle Heath here. He's just out on track, looks like on his out lap here. We expect to see a pretty good lap from him. He was up near the top in practice, joining us, gracing us with his presence this evening in the IndyCar series. So that's going to put him starting his first lap of qualifying. I believe my tower is set to show time. He's only got 2 minutes and 26 seconds left of the session, so time to get this lap in and then maybe one more for sure. Yeah, get a couple laps in. He has chosen those red alternate tires. Looks like everybody so far that's run laps has, except for Mark in the 80. He has chosen the primaries for qualifying. No real changes up at the top. Sheridan Wade, Nate Field, Joseph Klein, your top three. Jonathan Hambrick, Ben Summerford, Edwin James, Corey Crandell, Mark Allett, Ryan Hyatt are your 9 cars that have qualified so far on time. We have Kyle Heath on track. Trevor Benz and Corey Kobe are not on track. Maybe just planning to start in the back, possibly, for tonight's event. Looks like Kyle Heath put down a session best in Sector 4. Right up next to the wall. And survey says P1 129.01. He is knocking on the door and he is going to park it. 1 lap is enough for him with a minute left in qualifying. Really doesn't leave us much. Take a look in here at Mark is on track. Let's catch up with him. A little rescue on the car as usual. That fly looking green though. Great looking cars. .133.07 for Mark on his 4th lap of qualifying. He ran all 4 laps on primaries and got it to the end. Ryan Hyatt is on lap 3 of qualifying. So he's gone personal best sectors 1 and 2. Sector 3 a little bit slower. See if he can make it up here. Oh, heck of a drive there. Session alert. Oh, it clears right out. I thought it gave us the time to finish it. I was wrong. So that is it. Qualifying is complete. Car just gone, disappeared. Let's get our grid here. As soon as it pulls up. There we go. 12 drivers in tonight's race, all on the page here. Kyle Heath's going to be your pole sitter. Sheridan Wade on the front row with him. Second row is going to have Nate Fields, Joseph Klein. Row 3, Jonathan Hambrick and Ben Summerford. Row 4 is going to have Edwin James and Corey Crandell. Row 5, Ryan Hyatt and Mark Allett. And then row 6 will have Corey Kobe and Trevor Benz. Everybody's getting geared up here. Just gonna double check. Yep, okay. A lot of good-looking cars in the field tonight. I don't know where my track map went. There it is. It's still there. It's just... Again, just one more time, an update for everybody with the current point standings are. So we're waiting for the field to go green. Nate Fields, Charles Bronstein is not here tonight, so P2 is going to lose some spots, lose some points. Corey Kobe in P3, Sheridan Wade P4, they are here today. Mark Owlett, Trevor Benz, Joseph Klein, Jonathan Hambrick. So out of the top 8, we're only missing one, and that's Charles today. Tommy Thompson's not here as well. Kendall Paul's not here. James Malloy's not here. Ben Summerford, P12, he's here. Gained some spots today. Corey Crandall's here in 13th. I'm not in 14th. Edwin is. He's going to jump ahead of me here in the points today. Josh O'Brien's not here. Todd Smith's not here. Mr. Peterson's not here. Ryan Hyatt is here. Another chance to gain some spots on some of these guys down in the standings. And then Kyle Heath is here. He's not on the board yet, so here we get to going. All right, so it looks like, from what I can tell, Ben has not gotten in his car. Not certain if he said, screw you guys, I'm going home, or if he's planning on starting from pits. But he is not in his car. Roll through the field here as they're getting ready to enter the boot. Are you guys ready for some IndyCar racing at Watkins Glen? Because it's about to get good. Kellogg's car in the front, Kellogg's car in the back, everybody else in between. Looks like Ben is marked on pit road. Okay, he's gotten to his car now, so he's chose to start from pits and let the mayhem happen ahead of him, and he can get a clean entry on track and focus on just putting down some really steady, clean laps. Looks like we've got Kyle's chosen the primaries to start. So is Edwin, Trevor, Corey, and looks like Ben. Everybody else is on those red alternates to start. So that's the more than half the field. We got 5, 6, 7 drivers on alternates to start this race. Kyle, our pole sitter, he's got 5 cars, 2nd through 6th, all chose alternates. So we'll see how the start of this race affects how these guys charge, if they have more speed early on with that softer tire compound. So the pace car is getting ready to make the hard right on the last corner here in down pit road, and we're going to get racing here in the IndyCar Series round 9, first gear racing, Watkins Glen.
Ready, green flag.
Green flag is out. Here we go. Pretty heads up coming into one. Kyle gets the preferred line around the corner on the inside, takes the lead from Sheridan. Nate Fields 3rd, Joseph Klein 4th, Jonathan Hambrick 5th. See the field kind of spread out here, all single file down the backstretch. Couple moves there as it looks like Nate went to defend possibly. Trevor Benz is gaining some spots here to start. Corey Crandall back in the back, followed by Ben Summerford. Up front, Kyle Heath, half a second lead over Sheridan Wade. That's a good shot, everybody coming up the hill there to that left-hander. Back from the gearbox of the 13. Sheridan staying right around 0.6 of a second back. Up the S's they go. Sheridan's got a run here. He's definitely closing in. Into the bus stop. Down to 0.4. That's where I'd expect those alternate tires to start to show themselves a little bit more than the primaries is in the early part of the run, laps 2 through 5. You expect it to be advantage to the alternates a little bit. But Kyle on those primaries is holding strong up front as they've entered the boot, coming around the bottom, around the toe. Back up to the heel of the boot. Another right-hander. He's sitting at 0.8 of a second, roughly. As they pulled out, 2 seconds on the rest of the field. Last time by, it was a pretty firm line. Not this time. Again, there's not a lap count for tonight's race. It is an hour and 20-minute long race. Green flag racing as we see a battle for second and third. Joseph Klein, oh no! Oh man, Nate Fields, the points leader, in trouble. Let's go back and take a look at that. We were just catching up on that when we caught it live. I think the 60 went to take the dive on the 57 here. Oh man, that looked tight. Let's go ahead and get in the cockpit of the 60. Ride with them here. Oh, netcode. I don't think they touched. Ah, netcode it is. Sure is. Dang it. Let's go back to the rear chase just to get a better idea of how far apart they were. I mean, the door was open. I just, man, every week we seem to have a netcode occurrence like this. It's getting pretty frustrating. I feel bad for Nate. He's damaged now on pit road. Back off pit road now. Had to use the one fast repair most likely. I don't know if he got a meatball there. Nothing told me he did, but he did have to come down pit road. And Trevor Benz is also leaving pit road. Maybe issues for Trevor. Says we're going to double check that real quick. Let's see what happened here. Oh, hard into the wall. Caught it like right when it happened here. Let's take a look from TV1 into the curbing, going to the last corner and shoots the car up into the wall. And he is waiting for Ben to go by before he exits pit road here. That's a couple big ones. A couple big wrecks already. Alright, back to live coverage with the leaders as that lead is stayed the same between Kyle and Sheridan. Half a second or so. Them alternate tires that Sheridan Wade has keeping pace with Kyle Heath and his primary tires on his car. As again, this is being an hour and 20-minute long race. We have 3 sets of tires in the pits. Fuel run, at least initially I was being told, somewhere around possibly 17 laps of racing. Currently they are on about to complete their 4th lap. So we're going to kind of pay attention to that. We do have the pit strategy box that we can pull up later and keep track of how that's working as well. May have to double stint a set of tires here depending on fuel runs at a minute 30 per lap roughly. These guys are running, yeah, minute 30, minute 29.9 for Sheridan as he ran a faster lap than Kyle that last lap. Everybody else is in the 131s. Trevor Benz is out. Out. I do not see him. Looks like that may be it for Trevor. Looks like it. I'm going to go back and just double check it. Unless, okay, it was triggering based off of him stopping on pit road. And then he had an off track that came here. Oof. Into the wall hard. And reset the pits. Alright. Check back in on this lead group. Kyle and Sheridan, 5-second lead over Joseph Klein in 3rd, but it's just at a second now between Kyle and Sheridan. 9/10, it's fluctuating right there. Call Kyle, I guess in this series he's the ringer. He hasn't made a race yet this season. This is his first race, I believe, of the IndyCar season. At least by double checking the point standings, it could be wrong. But he's out here, qualified on pole. So far has led every lap of the 5 laps they've run. 5 laps down, and we're only 8 minutes into the race. So a lot of laps to be run here for this hour and 20-minute race. That's where I guess strategy could play in on these tire choices. Well, as I mentioned that, looks like we have another crash reported for the 60. On the curb, in the grass. Locks it up, gets sideways, and straightens it out. Okay, no damage. Close battle here for 5th and 6th. Edwin's got it. Corey Kobe wants it. Jumping in the car with Corey here. He's trying to catch Edwin here and make this pass for 5th place. He started the race P3 in points. He sees an opportunity as Charles that's in P2 in points isn't here this week. Chance to gain, and he's currently running ahead of Nate Fields, so this could be a great points day for the 86. But again, we're just coming to 10 minutes down, 70 minutes to go of this race. A lot of racing still to happen, but there's a point on track. Good start for him as he's up 5 spots from where he started the race. Check in here, back in the lead. Sheridan's back under 3/10 here, right on Kyle's tail. So we're running our 6th, about to complete our 7th lap actually. So alternates are holding up to those primaries so far in this run. Something good to keep an eye on. As the last lap by, they were just a 10th separate of each other on their lap time. So check back in from there. Looks like the battle's gotten closer again between Edwin and Corey, and these are the 2 closest battles on track. Everybody else is spaced out pretty far. You can kind of tell on the track map a little bit. Not a lot of action going on between cars battling for position, but now it's meat and potatoes of the race. Gotta be patient, gotta take care of the car, take care of the tires. Avoid adversity. Everybody's gonna get a part of it at some point. Hyatt is closed in on Mark Owlett. This is for 7th and 8th. Return out of the carousel by the 75. He is on the rear end of that 80. See all the marbles on the track. Debris and everything. He kind of backs off coming into this right-hander. Down to second gear on this corner, and then quick third, then back to second most likely here for the left-hander. Stays off the paint, trying to keep the grip in those tires. He's running alternates. Push to pass is another thing I forgot to mention. These guys do have 200 seconds to push to pass for the race. I'm seeing some drivers use it, like Joseph Klein right now just used some, coming up through the S's. Ryan Hyatt's on it right now, trying to catch Mark down the front stretch. So looks like most drivers have used some, except there's a few. Edwin hasn't used any yet. Ben Summerford, Corey Crandall have not. Trevor hasn't either, but he is out of the race. Called it a night, said parking it. He gave it a shot. Props to Trevor. Still gains him some points. He completed 2 laps, so that still counts. Gets him some points in this championship. Probably our biggest user, no, well, our biggest user of push to pass has been Sheridan Wade. He's used 60 seconds so far. Nate Fields has used 50 and counting. 51 actually, just went to stop there. Nate had that net code contact with Jonathan Hambrick early in this race, and put him kind of back behind the 8 ball. As we see Ryan Hyatt get by Mark, take 7th place. Now we're looking at the battle here between Edwin and Corey Covey for 5th and 6th. Again, Corey's been back there hunting them here for a minute. Still waiting to see how pit stops and everything are going to play out for these guys. Oh, I heard something. Oh, it's just tires going through that corner, I guess. I heard somebody spinning out, but it was just tire noise in that corner from that camera shot. Check back out up front. You can see Kyle Heath has stretched out the lead a little bit on Sheridan Wade. It's almost 3 seconds now, the gap between 1st and 2nd. Joseph Klein still in 3rd. He's 9.5 seconds behind Kyle. Jonathan Hambrick 4th. Edwin James 5th. Corey Covey 6th. Ryan Hyatt 7th. Mark Owlett 8th. Ben Summerford 9th. Corey Crandall 10th. Nate Fields 11th. Trevor Benz is going to finish 12th tonight for himself. He is out. So 11 cars on track. All led by the Eagle. Kellogg's ride. Check in on the other Kellogg's ride. Twinsies. grass on the track there on the side of the track from that camera shot. Corey gets really close to the wall there. Currently Corey's running 10th place. He's roughly 16 seconds behind Ben Summerford for 9th. And a little bit slower lap times. Ben is starting to catch Mark, it looks like. Again, Mark's on alternates, Ben's on primaries. So Ben's catching with the primary tire, it looks like, on Mark here a little bit. So we have a battle for 8th place here shortly as he closes in. I don't see any notes of incident for Mark, but he has dropped back about 5 seconds behind Ryan Hyatt. So Ryan Hyatt got by Mark and kind of checked out to about a 5-second gap currently. See Ben's gaining in through the bus stop on the entrance. They stay pretty even going into the carousel. Mark's a little higher on the run on the line he's running. Ben gets a good drive off the carousel. And now trees are in the way. Can't see nothing. Thanks, blimp cameraman. Go back to TV2. Have to get in touch with the blimp guys. Tell them to get in a better angle. Too many trees here to be that far away from the track. Mark's a little wide. Ben gets by. There's a position for Ben Summerford. Mark falls back to 9th. Ben up to 8th. Ryan Hyatt kind of in a world of his own, 4.5 seconds ahead of Ben, about 12.5 seconds behind Corey Kobe. Looks like Corey's kind of fallen off on his battle from Edwin. He's about 3 seconds behind that 46 car as Edwin's starting to close in on Jonathan for 4th. So we might have a battle here for 4th place. My fellow broadcast buddy Edwin James. Definitely closing in here pretty quick. Jump on the cockpit here with Edwin. Right along with the gingerbread man. Smooth operator with the wheel. Just watch how smooth he is coming through these corners. Little overdrive there, just a little bit. Not too bad. Tough corner, get to 4th, and then as soon as you get to 4th, all the way down to 1st for Edwin. A lot of drivers using 2nd gear there. 1st is his choice. Yeah, and Edwin's on these primary tires, and he's going the right way. As these drivers are completing their 13th lap of the event, as we just hit the 1 hour mark. So 20 minutes, 13 laps is what it took there. Gears all the way to 6th. Edwin's still sitting on 200 seconds of push to pass. Not using any of it yet. Using that draft, driving in hard behind Jonathan. Primary tires got to be feeling pretty good. He is on his tail. Not the angle you want to be at there. He was looking inside, waiting to see if Jonathan was going to be courteous there and kind of give it, or if he was going to have to wait another corner, and he's holding back here. little bit too much curve there. Car gets loose. Good save. All right, loses a little bit of time there, but he's still a half a second behind Jonathan. They're still close. I saw the blimp up there on the top of the camera shot there. I think they're finally moving it closer to the track. By the time they listened all the way back down to first gear for this tight left-hander. Looks like they're both maybe closing in on Klein just a little bit for third. So we might have 3 cars battling for third here shortly. Joseph Klein's going to be the first one to pit lane. So not a battle right now. He gives up third place to hit pit road, completing his 14th lap, sorry, of the race. So now this is a battle between Jonathan and Edwin for third, 4th place. Oh, that's a good shot. Love it. Feel the speed. So far, it looks like Joseph is the only one that's made a pit stop this lap. Everybody else stayed out, and he's leaving pit road right now. And he's going to primary tires. He's making his swap as Edwin looks to the inside. Close battle, looking to the inside again. Jonathan closes the door. Pushes wide. Edwin gets loose. Oh, he had an opportunity there, but he got loose trying to put more wheel into it, get the power down. The car did not want to stay straight. Got loose on him. A little bit too much there in that corner. The tires have gotten hot. Edwin has to hold it up a little bit here, keep it back on, get it back on track. Falls back from Jonathan just a bit here. I mean, that was a good second drop off from the battle area, 1.5 seconds. So we're gonna see. Do we see more pit stops here? Kyle Heath, Sheridan Wade on pit lane. Pit lane. Can't talk. Edwin James down pit lane. That's gonna give Jonathan Hambrick the lead. 15 laps completed. Still not hitting pit road. I mean, at 20 minutes a stint, if you can run 20 minutes, that's enough. Looks like we've got a crash for the 35. Let's check and see what happened. Up the hill, a little too tight. Oh no, locks it down. Backs it up. All right. Looks like he's got Nate Fields on his butt now. Oof. Close out of that corner. That guy's scaring me. All right, back up front. Our leader, Jonathan Hambrick, currently, he has not hit pit road. Corey Kobe hasn't in second. Kyle Heath is in third with his pit stop already done for the first stop. And then looks like he has stayed on primaries for the second run as well. So not everybody choosing to switch tires this pit stop. Ryan Hyatt is in fourth. He currently has not stopped either. Corey Crandall hasn't either. So still 4 drivers. Jonathan Hambrick actually is coming down pit road now. Corey Kobe is coming with him. That's going to put Kyle Heath back up front as he crosses the stripe. Looks like Ryan Hyatt to pit road too, so Rocky Top all hitting pit road together. I mean, they ran the longest, basically 16 laps on that stint. Still waiting to see if Corey Crandall is going to pit this time, as he hasn't stopped yet. Nate Fields, he had to stop really early. It was lap 2, so they're both still due to make their first scheduled pit stop. Corey is not doing it this time, and neither is Nate. Holding out, these guys are. Looks like Nate looks down to the inside. Corey is going to shut the door going into 1. And they come out, looks like the 75, Ryan Hyatt right there. Ooh, oh no! There was contact. The 75 lost the left front of his wing. I don't know if he knows that, but he did lose the left front of his wing. Let's go check that out real quick because it didn't give me a note that that had happened. This had to be really super close. We're going to go up to the gyro cam so we can see his wing. He's trying to stay down and out of the way here, and the 35 just bink. Oh, the right rear tire just catches it as he passes by. That's going to cause trouble for Ryan as we go back live. He does not have that left front wing visible on my end, so I don't know if iRacing gave it back to him, but if it didn't, we'll probably see him down pit road here, not for tires, but for possible wing replacement, and it looks like he is coming down for that repair. Ugh, just came off pit road. Nothing like catching traffic and other cars right when you come off pit road with cold tires, not trying to push it, and just close quarters there going up through the S's. And the 35 got by all but just that right rear tire, just with a slight bit of contact. So we'll see him stop here, wing back on, topped off of fuel, back on the track. All right. Looks like Mark maybe had a problem as well while we were watching that. Ooh, too fast, hard hit into that outside barrier. And looks like that's a tow to pits for Mark. Looks like he got it fixed. He's back out on track, but that was a hard hit. Hard hit for the 80 car. Currently has him one lap down. Corey Crandall's made his pit stop. He made all the way to 17. Nate Fields, since pitting on lap 2 for that contact, he still has not come to pit road. He hasn't made up a ton of time on the rest of the field as he's currently running 7th, but I don't know if he's trying to run this as long as he can or looks like he's coming in this time. Here comes Nate Fields to make his first scheduled pit stop, technically, of the race on lap 18. Going on 19. All right, let's check in with the leader. Kyle Heath on primary still and has pulled out to a 13-second lead over Sheridan Wade, who called the ringer in tonight. The Eagle is flying. And he is getting ready to catch, looks like Mark here. And this would be to put Mark a second lap down. Still have a tight battle on track as I'm getting alerted here. Looks like Jonathan and Edwin battling for 4th here. We are within a second. We're going to catch this battle as soon as I go to it. Of course, Jonathan pulls out by over a second. But we'll hang in here and watch these guys. Closest battle on track for position. Check with the blimp. Oh yeah, he got in a much better spot now. He's over the track. Kind of wide pans out. You can see Jonathan up in the upper right hand corner on track. Down through the bus stop. Edwin Gaines on entry. Looks like Jonathan kind of Gaines there on exit and going through the carousel. And then here we go, coming in a tight left-hander. This turn is tricky. It's the banking, the angle of it. The car wants to get uneasy. And then this right-hander is uphill, blind. Looks like Jonathan got a little loose there, so Edwin definitely gained some time there. to pop up the pit strategy box. Take a look at our top 8 spots in the field. We'll also check it based off of pit stop time. Kyle and Sheridan with 9.7 second stops each. Joseph Klein with a 9.6 second stop. He's the fastest of the top 8. I go to check everybody in the book. It looks like that is actually the fastest recorded pit stop time. Ryan Hyatt had one here for a wing, but that was only a 3-second stop for a repair. But for actual pit stop time, give it out to the 14. And then pit lane time. Kyle Heath, 0.7 of a second faster on and off pit road with the pit stop than Sheridan Wade. But then, let's see, anybody else faster than a 41.0, 41.2 for Edwin. Really good pit times by these guys. And right now this is currently the closest battle on track, or darn near close to it, as it looks like Joseph Klein is catching Sheridan Wade. Now Sheridan Wade is on alternates for his second stint as well. And Joseph Klein is on primaries, and they just got by the lap car of Corey Crandall. And he's catching that 54. They just got within a second there of each other. So this is our closest battle currently on track, and this is for P2. Just jump on board with the 14. Right on top of the cockpit. Get a good angle here and see how he's losing time on the 54 here as he is catching him. Looks like Jonathan just went off track. We need to check on that real quick. I apologize. We'll come back to this battle here in just a second. Want to see what happened here because he goes off track. Oh, left front tire on the curbing. Oh, and wing damage. Dang it. Edwin gets by. Let's go. Let's check it out from this view. Let's see. Just a little bit too much curb, a little bit tire lock up. Oh, you hear the right. Yep, on the throttle, gets the left sides on the curb. Car didn't like that. And he is staying out with a broken wing. Don't know if he knows, but that is a tough thing to do, as our battle for that second spot is heating up. Joseph Klein looks to the inside. He has position. Sheridan holds up, lets him have it. No reason to go on the bus stop side by side. Good move by both drivers. Joseph got in there side by side with Sheridan. Had a heck of a run. Those alternate tires maybe not as good as the primaries, possibly. I don't know. We're going to have to see when these drivers decide to make their switches, because Kyle has been on the primaries 2 runs. Sheridan's been on the alternates 2 runs. I think Joseph has done his switch from alternates on the first run to primaries on the second run. But Sheridan has used all but 67 seconds of his push to pass. He's used a lot. Everybody else is still above 100 or even at 200, like Edwin. P4 has not used any yet. And he is the next to start maybe closing in on Sheridan here, possibly. Looking at timing and scoring, it's about a 5.8 second gap between Sheridan and Edwin. You can see them both there on the shot, camera shot. Sheridan comes down turn 1. And Joseph Klein got by and is checked out to 2.7 seconds and growing. So that 14 car trying to make a move here. Corey and Jonathan having a battle here. Jonathan still without that left front wing on his car. At least on my end, I don't see it. The car looks like it's doing okay. He's been off track again, so I'm assuming the car is still handling decently, but maybe just not as good. I don't know. Maybe iRacing on his end gave it back to him, and I'm just not seeing that adjustment. iRacing does kind of do that from time to time, so I don't know. But on our end, he's missing that left front wing. Car seems to be handling okay, but he's definitely not able to keep up now as Corey Kobe's pulled out to 1.5 seconds gap on him. So maybe the car's lost some of its downforce in the front. It's starting to affect his handling of the car. So something to keep an eye out for is we'll have to see if that 60 car comes down for pits early. I mean, they're almost close to stop number 2 if we were doing it every 20 minutes. But if not, if that's not the plan, I don't know. I don't know how much this is hurting him waiting to pit. And he is going to come to pit road. I think that's the right move. If that wing's not there, which I assume it isn't because the way he was slowing down there, good time to come to pit road, get it fixed, get that second set of tires, and try to run 21 minutes per stint the rest of the race. It's not that much longer than he ran the first stint. I don't know. It's lap 24. So this one's definitely, I mean, only 8 laps in. So this is definitely earlier than what you would expect. But he gets a wing fixed. Comes out here on track right behind Ben Summerford. Ben is currently 1 lap down in 10th place. Looking to see a battle. And here it is. Sheridan Wade has gotten caught by Edwin. The gingerbread man is here. Oh! Oh no, right behind them, Corey Crandall. We're going to go back and watch this. I don't know if he just missed the corner. A little too hard in. Can't get it to rotate. Oh. Oh, iRacing fixed it. It fixed it. And he went down pit road though, and I think he's going to get a black flag for unsafe entry and probably speeding. Oh, tough break for the 35. Edwin has gotten by Sheridan for 3rd. We'll go back and take a look at that pass just so we can see what happened coming out of the S's and up the backstretch. Gets to the outside. Woo! Sending it as the gingerbread man. Uh-oh. We go back live. What happened here? Gave it back to him. Oh, off track. Pushes wide. Keeps it off the wall. Sheridan gets back by him for position. This is a battle for 3rd, folks. This is pretty awesome. And Edwin's gotten back by Sheridan. During that, looks like a couple passes back and forth. Looks like Ben has gotten by Corey for 9th. Mark's gotten by him for 10th. Looks like he's still on pit road. I don't know if he's planning on coming back out or not. Pit timer's still going, so maybe he's getting fixed up. All right, so top 3 now. Kyle Heath, Joseph Klein, Edwin James are your top 3. Kyle's kept that lead up and up. 17 seconds over Joseph Klein. There's the Eagle. Edwin on his primary tires here, pulling away from Sheridan. We'll have to see how this turns around here on this second half of the race as we've passed halfway. We've got just under 30 minutes left of the race. This is stretched out to 7 cars on the lead lap, led by Kyle Heath, Joseph Klein, Edwin James, your top 3. 4th, Sheridan Wade. 5th, Corey Covey. 6th, Jonathan Hambrick. 7th, Ryan Hyatt. 8th place, Nate Fields. 9th is Ben Summerford. 10th is Mark Owlett. 11th is Corey Crandall. And then 12th is Trevor Benz. He was our first car out of the race tonight. Corey is marked still on pit road. I'm assuming that if I click on it, yep, still shows him there. So he hasn't left or anything or called it a race, but he's still on pit road. Oh, we see Edwin gets tire off there. We're just going to go to the most exciting cams here and let it kind of cycle through for a moment. We don't have any real close battles on track, so it'll kind of bounce around a little bit. Going back to double check in the standings as well. I just wanted to double check. Yeah, Kyle is not registered or raced this season in the IndyCars yet, so this is his first start of the season. We've had 27 different drivers just attempt a race, so this will make 28. Check in here and see Sheridan has fallen back into the grass with Corey Covey. Oh! That was close. Woo! I'm wondering if these guys are trying to make it to one stop, although as I say that, Joseph Klein has come to pit road this time. This is lap 29. Completing lap 29, starting lap 30. 34 minutes on a stint might be a little long. I don't know. I think he's going to go with the alternates. He does. That moves Mr. Edwin James up to P2. You know, most exciting, there's your man. He's our second biggest mover of the race. He's up 5 spots from where he qualified. Third place, Corey Covey's up 8 spots. He started back in 11th. Didn't qualify. Moved up a couple spots there at the start because Ben started on pit road and Corey Crandall took an EOL for the start, but and I think I'm double checking here. It looks like Corey's come back on track. He has. Welcome back on track 35. Good to see ya. Kyle Heath down pit road. Maybe an answer to Joseph Klein's pit stop. He hasn't taken the alternates yet. Is this the stop? It is. Alternates going on the car. And that moves. Edwin James is our leader. So he's got to make a lap or two here. Probably another lap maybe. Depending on how far out he gets here of a lead. He might be able to pit next time by and still cross the stripe on pit road to lead a lap. But He is our leader. Trying to get a bonus point. Kyle Heath is 6.5 seconds back. That's not that far of a gap, so I don't know if he can get across the line before Kyle, so he may have to stay on track to lead a lap. I don't know. We'll watch that, see where that falls. Out to a 7-second gap as Kyle tries to get those tires warmed up. Sitting at 6.5 currently. I don't know. I'd say try to make another lap, but he might. Oh no! Behind him, Mark spins out. Front nose. That might be it for Mark. He toes to pits. Edwin is going to come to pit road. Don't speed, don't speed. Locks him up. It's a long road down, and Kyle is probably going to beat him to the start-finish line. There he goes. Edwin does not lead a lap and get that bonus point. He's playing strategy, though. He's trying to stay with those other guys. I don't know with how the fuel run is and everything. These guys have been running basically 15, 16 lap runs, which is about what they were telling me in practice, somewhere around that number. I think 17 was the most somebody saw, but see Mark's damaged car there. I'm sure he's had to use his fast repair, I believe, so I believe they're going to call that terminal. Tough hit for the IndyCar. So Edwin comes back out on pit road in 4th place. Corey Covey running 2nd currently, has not made a stop yet. So Kyle and Edwin, looks like Joseph Klein as well. So the top 3 currently, after Corey Covey pits, but the top 3 that have stopped for their 2nd stop, all on alternates right now. Sheridan fell back a good ways. He's back to 7th and on primaries now. Jonathan Hambrick up to P5. He's on primaries, sitting about 12 seconds, almost 13 seconds behind Edwin. Now we've got to wait and see. How long does Corey Covey go? This would be 32, and he pitted on 16 last time, so this would be the second stint, same lap count if he pits this time. Hard right, hard on the brakes. Yep, he's coming to pit road, so he's going to give up 2nd place. So there we go. So that should effectively, Joseph Klein's coming around the last corner now. And not too far behind him should be Edwin. Joseph to 2nd. And Edwin should get to 3rd as Corey Covey, has put on primaries for this stint with 30 minutes left to go in the race. Comes back out on track right in front of Jonathan Hambrick, almost 1.6 seconds ahead of him. A close battle between these two. Ryan Hyatt's also on pit road right now. Looks like getting his service for his 2nd stop. Ben Summerford's on pit road as well. Looks like the pit service is happening right now for Ryan Hyatt. And 10 seconds and he's out. And primary tires for him as well, as Nate Fields just went by to take 7th from Ryan. Sheridan Wade, Ben Summerford down pit road. Oh no, Sheridan Wade. That looks bad. Let's go back and check this out. Coming to the bus stop. Oh, we got loose. Oh, pancake. Oh, tough one. Big hit. Big hit by Sheridan Wade. Oh. Let's ride along on this one. Yeah, we'll go slow-mo here. We'll watch the car. It gets uneasy here. Rear end kicks around. He tries to correct it. It's sliding though, it's sliding. It just can't. Oh. Tire breaks off immediately with contact with that barrier. Watch it full speed here. Oof. Tough hit. I think that he's getting towed currently, so I don't know if he has a fast repair still or not, but that's going to put him currently back in 9th. Check in here with the leader. Kyle Heath, 19-second lead over second place Joseph Klein. Trying to have none of that craziness happen to him as he's led for most of the night here from pole. Checking back in with some of the guys. Looks like Mark is out. So yeah, car was not repairable after he got towed back to pit. So that's going to put him in 11th for the night. Corey Crandall's in 10th, 5 laps down. Sheridan Wade is waiting to be towed back to pits in 9th. Ben Summerford running 8th currently. Ryan Hyatt running 7th. About 2.8 seconds behind Nate Fields. Nate came in as our points leader. Still come out as our points leader, I believe. Based off of that second place in the points, didn't make it to the race tonight. So pretty much guaranteed to still leave with the points lead. Not going to lose a lot there, but maybe overall to the rest of the field as he's behind Joseph Klein, Corey Kobe. There's some guys gaining some points on him, but he is up to 6th, so he is mitigating the damage. He's coming down pit road right now. This is going to be for his second stop. This should be effectively his last stop of the race, would be my guess, with 25. So 25 minutes to go in the race. So he loses one spot to Ryan Hyatt there as he goes on pit road, and then looks like he's safe to not really fall back any further currently. So 32 goes by, but the 32's down a couple laps. So this will put him 1 lap down to Kyle Heath, because Kyle Heath is passed by. Stop is done. Back on track he goes. Come out with the alternates for this run. Close battle here for 4th and 5th. Jonathan Hambrick has 4th. Corey Kobe wants it. Rocky Top gonna battle it out here. A little bit wider corner there for the 60, but he really didn't lose any time. First gear for these guys, or at least for Corey for sure there, and that hard left-hander. Should be 4th gear here. 4th, maybe 3rd, yep, down to 3rd. This is a tight battle, both on primary tires. Big stop difference between the two. Last time Jonathan was in the pits was lap 24. Corey was on lap 32, and they just started lap 37. So Corey's got some fresher tires than Jonathan. Jonathan had to stop a little bit earlier due to that wing damage earlier in the race, so he's a little off basis with the other guys, so I don't think this is going to hinder him. He's going to have to make another stop, so that will hurt, but I don't know if these other guys are going to have to make another stop. This might still work out, but it's hard to say. If he does, with him making a stop at this point, we know he should be fine making it the rest of the way. The rest of these guys, I just don't know, depending on how these laps tick down. I feel like everybody's still got to make one stop. That's what I'm leaning on, but again, I could be wrong. Earlier the race started, it was like 13 or 14 laps in 20 minutes, so that's just a little less than a full stint. So, like, nobody's pitted late enough, other than maybe Nate Fields. He pit on lap 34, but I don't know. I feel like almost everybody's still got to pit. Sheridan Wade's still on pit road. I think he's just got passed actually by Corey Crandall. He's sitting on pit road there still. I don't think they're getting that repaired for him tonight. Bummer for him. He had a good car. He was running up near the front, top 5. Started to drop on that second run of the night, and then got bit there, and that was a hard hit on the bus stop. That was tough. Currently on track, everybody still has some push to pass. We have 2 drivers on track that still have all of their push to pass. That's going to be the 32 of Ben Summerford and 35 of Corey Crandall. Feel like they're not even worried about using it. They're just trying to take it easy and make it to the end, as they are currently, Ben's 2 laps down, Corey's 5 laps down. With our leaders though, we ride along here with Kyle Heath. He has 127 seconds left. Joseph Klein in second only has 54 seconds left. Wish they had a graphic. It's a lot easier to show it than tell it, but there's nothing on here that lets me do that yet. So we'll have to work on that and see if we can get that set up at some point. Edwin has had 171. Now he's just using some. I think he's trying to close in. He's timing and scoring. He's telling me he's catching Joseph. He's not really catching Kyle, but he is catching Joseph down to roughly 7.1 seconds the gap between the two of them. Just don't know if he's got enough time as we're coming down to 20 minutes left. He's almost got to do, you know, just under basically 3.5 tenths a lap to catch him by the end. But catching and passing are 2 different things. But if these guys still have to make one more stop, anything's possible. They got to stay clean and run clean, good laps, safe laps. Don't get off track, don't overdrive, don't put yourself in harm's way. If you have an incident now, it's really going to take you out of contention. So, sitting at about a 13, almost 14 second gap back to Jonathan in 4th. And Jonathan's got to be getting pretty close to due for that next stop. He's been on the track. Last stop on 24. I'm getting ready to complete 39 for him, sorry. So there's 15 laps on this run. I don't know how much more he has left, but he has stayed out in front of Corey Kobe here on the way older tires. There's Edwin using some more push to pass. He's trying to catch Joseph Klein. Gap's down to 5.9 seconds between those two, so Edwin is catching. And catching faster than, you know, last lap by, Joseph was 1.3 seconds slower than Edwin, so they're both on alternate tires. Just waiting, wondering when this next stop's going to happen for the 60. I feel like as soon as we go away from watching him, he's going to make that turn down pit road. We're at 17 minutes to go. I don't know why it takes seconds away at the end of the race. It's so weird. You get under 20 minutes to go. It's just like, oh, you only have this many minutes. And there it is, 60 down pit road. This should be his last stop. Stop number 3 for him this race. Had to run a little bit longer, ran a little bit shorter in the first stint due to the wing damage, or second stint, this third stint. Wrapping up in the fourth stint, there's less than 17 minutes to go, so this should be his last stop. Looks like we had a crash. What happened? Or was this from earlier? Oh no, that's different. Almost. Corey got beat up there. Oh. Let's go in the car with him. Let's ride along. Ow. Oh no! Right into the barrels. Oh, Corey. That was a tough hit. So right now, currently, after that, that's going to end his night. 8 cars still on track. Led by Kyle Heath. The Eagle up to 23.2 seconds. Over Joseph Klein in second. Joseph Klein's got a 5.2 lead over Edwin James, so that's kind of equalized. Edwin made up a couple seconds there, and now lap times are... The gap isn't shrinking as much as it was there earlier, a couple minutes ago, so we're going to have to monitor this and see if he's still gaining. Timing and scoring says he's definitely shrinking it a little bit, but they're staying pretty even. Now it starts to go green a little bit. Kyle Heath has just hit pit road, 15 minutes to go. He's making his last stop of the race. Does he go with the primaries, which he ran the first 2 stints? Ran the alternates this stint. This is going to be a switch to the primaries, or is he going to stay on the alternates? You can see on the track map, Joseph Klein is staying out. And car goes up in the air. Primaries it is for Kyle Heath. He's off pit road. Just gonna put him P3. Right now, just kind of looking at this gap, it's staying pretty close for Joseph and Edwin. They're both right around 5.5 seconds from each other, running pretty similar lap times. I would say Edwin's lap time is still a little bit faster each time by, but he's not biting off a lot. So I say that the gap just dropped under 5. Now it goes back up. So these guys are trying their hardest. They are giving it their best here. These tires are getting closer to the end of their grip, their run. I mean, Joseph pitted on 29, Edwin on 31 their last time by, or last pit stop. So we're completing 43 this time. So this will be 14 laps run for Joseph. This will be 12 for Edwin. So, and that Eagle is coming. Now we were at a 5-second gap in the at the middle of the last corner. There's a shout out for Indy 1 for the number 57 for Nate Fields. Let's go. Our points leader, the fan, the broadcast here. As we check in, Nate is currently 7th. A little bit of smoke there on the track in front of him. Don't know who that is. Who is that? 13 and 46, but just maybe a little bit of tire smoke. Doesn't look like he's really slowed up at all. Kyle is closing in on Edwin here. Again, Edwin and Joseph up front still have to make their last pit stop, so this really isn't a battle for position. Edwin still has to make his stop. Oh, Edwin blinks, scares the crap out of me. Staying out another lap. Joseph Klein to pit road. So Joseph, we're going to watch. He's coming in on alternates. Let's see what he chooses to go with. If he switches back to primaries or stays on alternates for this final stint. I feel like from what I've seen, the primaries have just shown good overall run. Edwin's really working that car into the bus stop. Those tires have got to be a bit worn. He's got to be careful to not let Kyle pressure him into a mistake. This is not technically a battle for position. I mean, he's leading, but he still has to stop. Kyle's going to get by him one way or another. No reason to force a mistake or an issue here. Pushes a little wide there. Looks like he's going to stay wide. Let Kyle get to the inside. They drag race it down this stretch here. This hard right under braking. And there we go. Kyle to the lead. Edwin fall back to second in the standings currently. Corey Covey also is up to third right now since he hasn't made his final stop yet either. See, does Edwin come down this time? Yes, he does. Edwin James gives up his P2 position to make his final pit stop of the race. Corey Covey is going to assume second if he stays out. Let's see, yep, he's going to stay out here. See, Edwin is pitting. He's going to keep the alternates on. Edwin says, those were working for me. I'm going to keep them. Joseph went back to the primary. So Edwin's going to come off pit road here. We're waiting. I don't know why the stop is so long. Did he get speeding? What happened? Something happened. He's in there for 20-some seconds now. This is not good. Oh, no. This is going to put him down the grid. He is not going to be able to catch Joseph Klein. Looks like Jonathan Hambrick's gotten by as well. This is a penalty, I assume, for the 46. Because, yeah, 48 seconds. Yep, so 8-second stop, 40-second penalty. Most likely speeding on pit road. We got limiters. Dang it. Couldn't get slowed up getting into pit entry maybe. Got a penalty. So that's going to roll him out 5th. Final stop's going to lose him at least a couple spots here, it looks like. Right now that puts him 29 seconds behind Jonathan Hambrick for 4th. So leaves him 12 seconds ahead of Ryan Hyatt for 5th and 6th. So at least the way it looks like, he's going to lose a couple spots in that transition. Corey Covey's coming down pit road right now in the 86. He gives up P2. This will be his final stop. Joseph Klein's going to fly by us here. He's going to take second back as he is behind Kyle Heath by about 30 seconds. We got 7 minutes to go. Great run by the 14. Very consistent tonight. Started 4th. Been running top 5 the whole night. Top 3 basically. He's been up there. Trying to gain those points. Gain as many as they can, as again our points leader still having a decent night after having issues early. The 57 and Nate Fields came in with a bit of a buffer on 3rd place on pack, over 20 points. He only had a 2-point lead or a 5-point lead over 2nd, Charles Bronstein. Charles didn't make the race tonight, so he's not losing any to Charles. And he may just lose a handful here to like Joseph and Jonathan and Corey. But still good damage mitigation from Nate Fields. Still be out here on track. And running 7th. So Corey made his final pit stop, came out 4th. He's roughly 22 seconds ahead of Edwin. I think that's going to be safe for 4th. He does have a chance to maybe catch Jonathan. Jonathan is just 5 seconds ahead, so maybe we have a battle between the 60 and the 86. Looks like we have a crash. Ryan Hyatt. Let's get a video of... Oh, no, it's already happened. Where did this happen? Oh my goodness. Let's play. Ooh, into the fence. Right front tire tore up. Bouncing all around. Gets to this corner. Car starts to turn. Doesn't want to. And matches the left to the right. Now the right gets straighter. Oh, there it goes. Oh, both of them. Oh my goodness, Ryan. Oh! Oh man, that was some rough hits. I was going to put the 75 on a tow to pit road. I don't know if he's used a fast repair yet, so he may get back on track. That is going to gain a position here for Ben. Looks like. Depending on timing of the tow and everything, timing and scoring has already put him ahead of Ryan. So it looks like that's going to bump Ben up to 7th. Ryan back to 8th, and that's really as far back as he can go because Sheridan on back is out of the race. So if we check back through, there's Nate in 6th. That gains him a spot. And with Ryan's misfortune comes another point for our points leader, Nate Fields. You see Edwin running 5th. Corey is catching Jonathan, and we've got 4 minutes left. This is going to be our closest battle here, and Corey just ran the fastest lap of the race, a 128.97. That is by far the fastest lap. He's used all but 39 seconds to push the pass, so Jonathan's got 51 seconds to Corey's 39. They're pretty closely matched there, but Corey's got way fresher alternate tires than Jonathan, so he is close to 2.3 seconds. This is a gap right here. Jump in here with Corey, ride with him behind the wheel. See what he does this lap. Like I said, last lap, a 128.97, fastest lap of the race of anybody. Gonna follow it with a 130.5, still a really good lap, still 0.3 faster than Jonathan. Down to 2.2 seconds is the gap. We got 2 minutes left. I feel like next time by, depending on where Kyle is on track. Might see the white flag. He's coming out of the boot right now. We're going to have to manage that, watch that. Actually, we'll probably get a whole nother lap because we've got 2.5 minutes. Edwin just put a 129.45 together, but looks like it was deemed not registered, had an off track on that lap. So great lap by Edwin trying to play catch up. You can see him. It's the carrot dangling there. He's down to a second, 1.2. Give these boys a couple laps. We're going to have a battle for who gets on the podium tonight between the 60 and the 86. Rocky Top's got to figure this out. Ooh, a little bit of snap there under throttle. Be so careful not to hit a curb wrong, not to have that car snap underneath you, because when they give out, it's hard to catch. But we are down to 0.6 of a second. He's in the slipstream. Oh boy, making me nervous. See how much he catches coming down the backstretch here to the bus stop. Or he's giving it his all. This is it. This is it. He's there. Oh no, Jonathan gets loose. Oh no. Corey gets by for third place here with just a minute and a half left in the race. Check in back up front. We are in the last minute. Never give up. That's right. Never give up. Never give up. Race ain't over till the checkered flag falls. Anything's possible. Other than this guy making a mistake. Kyle Heath has been on the money every lap this race. Top three really have. I have a readout tells me how many times somebody has an off track. The only drivers that have no off tracks are the top three cars right now. Kyle Heath, Joseph Klein, Corey Kobe. 0, 0, 0. Everybody else has had off tracks. Timer is hit. We're at the hour and 20 minutes. This should be the finish of the race. As Kyle Heath just got a couple more corners to go. He is going to win tonight's race in dominant fashion. 31-second lead. Oh, white flag. Checkered. There it is. It just didn't pop up in time. There it is. Checkered flag for Kyle Heath. Winner. IndyCar Series, round 9 at Watkins, Glen. First race of the season with us. Runs a lot of other stuff on Saturday and Wednesday nights, but first time he's made it to an IndyCar race. Comes out here and wins from the pole. Great job. Kyle Heath, congratulations. We'll be talking to him here shortly. Let's check in with P2. Joseph Klein coming around the final corner. Great race by the 14 car. This team came together today and put on a great race from start to end. P2 for Joseph. Great job. And then P3. He was attacking on the 60. The 60 had a little slip up. The 86, Corey Kobe gets P3 tonight. Followed by Jonathan Hambrick's going to get 4th. And then let's check in here. 5th place currently coming around the boot. Up the hill, hard left-hander for Edwin here. Great race for my booth counterpart. Splitting the season with me, going back and forth. Great race. Super job by the 46 team. That driver putting together a great race. We can get a top 5 at Watkins Glen. Congratulations to Edwin James for 5th place. Nate Fields came home 6th. Ben Summerford came home 7th. Ryan Hyatt, ooh, that was a tough hit. Ryan Hyatt gets 8th. Sheridan Wade 9th. Corey Crandall 10th. Mark Allett 11th. Trevor Benz 12th. We are going to get things up here and get back to interviews here in just a second. Give me just a moment while I get things ready for that. Just working on getting everybody back in here. All right, third place is in the waiting room, so we will start with him. Hey, Corey, it's Jason in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, got me.
Yes, sir, I got you.
What's up?
Congratulations on finishing P3 tonight here at Watkins Glen. Heck of a run for you. If I recall correctly, you chose not to qualify and start in the back, stay out of
Yeah.
trouble, and a zero off track from what my info is telling me. Zero off tracks tonight. Top three. You guys were the only guys that had zero off tracks. Clean drive throughout the race, and then there at the end, got up to the 60, and the 60 got a little sideways there in front of you on the curb. Were you
This.
was that how was that that's a change of underwear kind of thing. He's like, which way is he going to go? Where am I going to end up? But you guys were about to have a heck of a battle, I feel like, for third because you were catching them really quick. But tell us about
Yeah.
that night. Tell us about the race.
Well, I have no clue why I'm talking to you here. That's why I qualify or didn't qualify and started in the back. I'm not terrible at road racing, but I'm aware that I've got to work on my speed. I'm obviously so my strength on these is keeping clean and staying out of trouble. That was just the game plan tonight. I meant to practice more. I know that the season's winding down, and I really wanted to put more effort for this championship chase. I'm trying to run that down, which tonight I think is going to be a good night. But anyway, yeah, just literally just out there cruise control, trying not to make a mistake. I think I ripped off a super fast lap. I think my crew chief said it was the fastest lap of the race. If that's possible, pinch me for that too. I don't know how I pulled that off, but I don't know. Just tried to run smart, and it paid off.
Yes, you did. A 128.97, which puts you almost 4 tenths faster than any other lap run in the whole race.
No
Um,
clue how I did that. I can't. I don't know. I was
you
in it. I
made up
guess I was
like
in the zone.
2 seconds that lap on the 60. It was so like I looked up, I got an alert, and I look up, I'm like, oh, that's purple. Oh, that's Corey. Oh, that's
I
an
don't know.
8. I'm like, we've been waiting all night for an 8. I thought I was going to see one in qualifying, and we almost got there, but we hadn't seen an 8 all night. And then you show up with a few laps left and just rip one.
I don't know. I must have just been in the zone. I put it on mixture one. I had fresh alternate tires. I knew I could see that I could maybe run down third. He said he was on older tires, so I don't know. I get better as these races go on. I just get more and more just in tune, I guess, with the track. And I saw podium and had everything ready to produce a fast lap and did. I don't know. That's cool.
You did. Heck of a job, man. Heck of a lap on that fastest lap. That gets you a bonus point.
Yes.
And on top of it, a great clean race. I love your strategy. I don't have a problem with that one bit. Start in the back, stay out of trouble, see where it ends up. Keep yourself out of trouble first, because if you can do that, you're going to have good finishes week in, week out. These cars are so tricky. They
Yeah.
can snap on you. They can change their attitude in a heartbeat. Certainly at a road course like this.
Yeah, and
Um,
I think that's kind of why I've found my niche in these cars because it rewards taking care of your stuff. You can't beat bang, you can't hit anything, you can't make mistakes. You just got to be smooth, take care of your car, and I feel like that's why I have good runs for the most part. I've got speed in the ovals. I've still quietly throughout the year I want to work on speed on the road courses, but yeah, I've kind of in disbelief that I got third. Maybe I got to stop saying I'm not good at road courses.
Well, you can keep saying it. Say whatever you got to say because the finishes are following. So
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with the outlook you have because the results are showing that you're showing up and you're getting these good finishes and getting ever so closer to the points leader. Nate
Ugh.
had a rough night. He was able to rebound and didn't get out of the race, so he comes home sixth. So he doesn't give up a lot of points to anybody in a small field like this, but every point matters. That bonus point for fastest lap is helpful as well. So with three
Well,
races left, there's still plenty of opportunity for things to happen, so to speak.
yeah, a teammate said that one of the guys that had me in points also missed. I don't know
Yep,
if I've looked into
Charles,
that.
second in
So
points, did not make it tonight.
yeah,
So
that's a big
that's
implication
going to
as
move
well.
you up to P2 for sure. Um, and that's going to knock him back to where I don't know. Again, there's still three races to go. Anything can
Yes,
happen. We've got ovals. Now we're back to just ovals to end the season. So, and some fast ones. We go to
I got it.
Homestead, then New Hampshire, and then Las Vegas to end the season. So,
Yep, got to keep that pressure. Got to keep applying that pressure. I've never been this close to a good championship run. I'm putting together a good season, and I want to just keep. I got to finish it out here.
yep, absolutely. Great finish, great run tonight.
Thank you.
I'm going to give you the floor. The floor is yours. You're probably used to this by now with the interviews. Anybody you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
Yeah, good run to my teammates. Ryan found some speed there late. He was having a lot of fun. I just kept hearing him woo every now and then, so I knew he was zipping around. Good run for Jonathan too. Just a good race overall. Just loving this league. I'm loving Monday nights. Having fun talking to you. I'm lucky to be talking to you tonight, but just thanks to everybody involved in this.
Well, we appreciate it, and we're glad to have you here. I hope you have a great night, and we'll see you next week at Homestead. Okay?
All right, can't wait. Have a good night, everybody.
All right, you too.
Later.
That's P3, Corey Kobe. We're gonna go ahead and get P2 up here, Joseph Klein. Let's get him moved up to the booth.
I am stoked, but I'm not
Joseph,
moving it.
it is Jason in the booth. You got a copy?
I got a copy, Jason.
All right, what's up, buddy? P2 tonight.
What's up?
Hey,
Yeah, I feel
man.
like Josh Allen.
I hear you. I hear you.
How
The
much you
one
say?
night, the one night that the
I
Eagle
know.
shows up and
That's,
he just lays it down and doesn't let off. And
that's
you had a
that's
race
what we were
winning
talking about.
run. You had it tonight. You had a great car, great start, stayed out of trouble, kept the car clean all night. Great pit stops all around. Tell us, I mean, what else could you have done? Anything you could have done differently? Did you race to try to catch him, or were you just staying in your own and just racing the track?
Um, so pretty much once he pulled like a 9 second, they pulled like a 9 second gap. I knew that that's like way too much for a slipstream to even work. So I was trying to use a push to pass to kind of deafen that gap, and I did get it down to about 6, 7 seconds, but that was only to P2. So then I was just trying to play fuel strategy, mess with roll bars at the end of the alternate tire run. Like they were shot, and I almost locked him up going into like seven, I think. So from there, pretty much just fuel strategy, trying to mess with fuel maps, and it did not play to my strength, but I mean, held my position up there, so I mean, I'll take it. First
Yeah.
loser.
Hey, it like I said, if it wasn't for the Eagles showing up on week 9 of a season, he hasn't raced all season this season, and getting the night to be able to come in and put it down, you had a race winning run. You put the perfect race together. There's nothing to down yourself on. The Eagle just likes to show off every once in a while, and congrats to him for being able to do it because that's just a level that's so hard to match. He doesn't race Indy cars. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask him here in a minute. I'm going to find out when the last time he was in an Indy car at all, because I mean, I don't know how he does it. I gotta find that out. I'm trying to find that. I've been starting by trying to figure out all the NASCAR secrets, and now I've got to start to figure out the IndyCar secrets because he put it together. But you had a perfect clean race, and in
And I think I ended up with a 0x too,
you
which
did
is
you did
crazy.
all top three finishers had zero off tracks. That
That's
was it.
crazy.
Everybody else. Oh yeah, he just chatted in. He said Spa. He did run Spa for the off week. That's
Oh yeah,
right. So he had
I
one.
did
He had
that
one track
one.
that he ran this, but it wasn't a points race. But he did whoop some butt there too. Thanks for the reminder, Kyle. I was in that race. Thanks. Great. Yeah, he was whooping my butt there. So I don't have that figured out yet. But
Yeah, but looking back on it, I mean, I did everything I could, and I don't get to run IndyCar at road courses because I don't have a B class license yet. So iRacing just hates me.
right,
Keep trying to
keep
run really hard to get my safety up, and that's just a mess. So yeah, but it was challenging. Um, I just was pushing on the edge of out of control, and it ended up being pretty quick, but not quite. So I'll
not
take it. I'm
quite.
not upset.
Yeah, I wouldn't be. I would say like I said, it was a great run from beginning to end for you. It looked like it was trouble free. The zero X's proves it, and that you were able to work strategy to where you really didn't have a challenge for second the whole final 2/3 of the race.
I know Jonathan and I were up there for a little bit fighting for third, I think, and we were tight a couple of times going through the bus stop, and there was a couple code browns for sure because I mean, what's it called? Like I don't know, just catching somebody at the end of a
And
like
that
going into
straight
the bus
going
stop.
into that bus
Yeah,
stop, that's hairy.
the
That is
entry
hairy.
speed is insane, and I
Yeah.
was like, either we're both making it through here or neither of us are making it through here. And luckily, we kind of took turns lifting and it played out. So,
Well, now we kind of change the page here. We've gotten through 9 weeks of the season. The final three are all ovals. We go to Homestead, New Hampshire, and Las Vegas. Which one's your
mm,
favorite? Which one's your least favorite?
Vegas is bumpy, but it is a mile and a half. I'm pretty sure I've never raced Homestead in these, so I'll have to run some practice. And definitely not Loudon because I hate flat tracks.
Fair enough. Fair enough. It's kind of how I feel. I'm gonna let Edwin race New Hampshire since he raced the Milwaukee Mile. I'll let him stay in the car for that. But I'm gonna race Homestead in Las Vegas. I love mile and a half tracks. Las Vegas is my favorite track for everything. So I'm
Vegas
excited
can
for that.
end up being kind of sketchy if you're trying to run the bottom. I know that because there's
Yeah.
that big bump in the middle of one and two.
Yep. It can get a bit hairy there, but if you run a lineup, it's not so bad, and you can still carry really good speed. You can rotate the center of the corner there pretty well.
Good.
So it's
Good,
just
good,
about
good.
being in the wrong spot to make a pass, so to speak. But yeah, man. Again, congratulations. I'm gonna give you the floor. You should be used to this by now. Floor is yours. Anybody want to give a shout out to, a thanks to?
Just want to give a shout out to all the racers in first gear racing. You guys for putting on the broadcast. Same old, same old. Thank my crew chiefs. Uh, I kind of locked them away because I was trying to lock in. Yeah,
You're good,
sniffs
buddy.
this time. Yeah,
Well, that's all right. Great second place finish tonight. We appreciate you running, and we'll see you. We'll see you next week at Homestead. Okay, bud?
sounds good. See you then.
All right. Have a
Have a
good
good.
night. All right. That's Joseph Klein, our P2 finisher. Now it's time to pull in the man, the myth, the legend, the Eagle. Let's get him in here. Eagle, it's Jason in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So Monday night IndyCars, haven't seen you in a long while in a points race, and then every person when they saw your name when the lobby opened pop in, they're like, "What is he doing here?" Um, it's good to see you. It's good to have you on a Monday night race. Glad you can make it, and what a dare I say ass whooping that was laid out tonight. Great run, got the pole, started up front, stayed up front, and ended up winning by about 30 seconds there at the end. It, I don't know how you do it. We got to start learning IndyCar secrets now. I need to start shadowing you on this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I could take that over love or hate about saying, "Oh, what's he doing here?" Coming up into the room. Yeah, I didn't think I was actually going to race. Um, you know, usually my kids' bedtime and stuff, and they had their hour of TV time. So I was like, you know what? I got 30 minutes of practice. I'm going to jump in here and just run around until it's time for bed. Lo and behold, wife got them to bed, and I stayed in and I did one lap of qualifying. I was kind of I didn't do that lap until like what less than 5 minutes ago in
Yeah, just a
qualifying
couple
session.
minutes
Yeah,
left. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So I was like, you know what? Screw it. I guess I'm going to race. But I didn't think I was going to be that fast because that was actually my only my second time really having the alternate tires on during that qualifying run. So I did not know what was going to happen
Right,
because I
right.
never really felt like I seemed like I really pushed them too hard. But even in qualifying, I was even took it more easy. But come to find out, and it was a fast lap. I was like, whoa, that was unexpected.
Right. Yeah, just one lap in qualifying when a lot of people ran all four, trying to get the most that they could out of these tires and you just put down that burner and got the pole and then you're so close to a 128. I was like, oh man, I guess we're not going to see one. And then during the race there at the end, Corey threw up a 128.97 or something like that, just on his run trying to catch Jonathan for third, and that was the fastest lap of the race. And other than that, you guys top three. None of you guys were the only drivers that had no off tracks for the race. Clean the whole way. Doesn't look like you had any troubles or anytime we were riding along or watching you, it didn't look like the car was out of control at all. It was really good car control and smooth race from beginning to end. Um, but yeah, it's good to have you, man. It was good to have you in the field. I know the others just wanted a bite. Like I was talking to Joseph a minute ago. I was like, you ran a race-winning run. You you had everything there except the Eagles showed up tonight. I mean, I can't help that, but nothing to be upset about. I mean, it was a great race. Great to have you. Congratulations on the win. Used to talking to you so much, you already know what's coming next. I'm gonna give you the floor. Anybody want to give a shout out to or thanks to before we let you go?
Yeah, well, me and Joseph was talking in the waiting room, and he had asked me, what was my fuel map on and all this, that, the other. Like, I have no idea. I kept everything stocked. And I told him that first pit stop, I didn't even get tires. I just got fuel only.
Really? Oh my
Yeah,
goodness. Oh my goodness. I did not notice that. Wow.
yeah. I came in there and just got fuel only. My tires felt good. So on my second stop, that's when I put the alternates on. And then
Yeah.
I could not wait to get those suckers back off. I do not like the alternates. To me, they feel so unpredictable.
Yeah, they're pretty sketchy.
Especially as the race went on and so much rubber was on the track, I didn't even know. I couldn't tell if they were going to be tight or loose, especially going in turn one. It felt like it just wanted to break loose almost every time I put the brake and trying to go into it.
Yeah, those tires are supposed to have more grip and not last as long, and I think they have it for the most part, but at road courses, if you run on map 1, the power level is so much that it takes the effect of the reds out. I feel like the alternates run better on map 2.
Yeah, I
Um,
see. Like I said, I never changed anything. The only thing I did whenever I put an alternate on is I use my push to pass whenever they're fresh and green, especially through the S curves.
right,
That's
right.
whenever I
Get a
use
good
my
drive
push to
up the
pass.
hill.
Yeah,
Yep. Well, you did it the right way. You showed it all done. You guys don't have to play with all the settings all the time. You just got to be good with the wheel and the throttle and the brake. And Kyle Heath just did it tonight. Congratulations again. Um, Happy to have you here. I'm glad you can make it to one of the races here on Monday night. And congratulations again. And maybe we got 3 more weeks left. And maybe you can make it to one of the ovals and show us how it's done there.
yeah. We'll see. If I get a lucky night, we'll see.
Fair enough, man. Well, appreciate you being here. Congrats again, and you have a good night, sir. We'll catch you next time.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. All right, that's Kyle Heath, our race winner tonight. That's all I've got. What a heck of a race. I'm gonna pop up the just the overall finish results here real quick, just to go over them real quick with you guys. Again, Kyle Heath is our winner in the 13 car. Joseph Klein gets second, finishes 31.9 seconds behind. Corey Kobe gets third there with a lap and a half, 2 laps left over Jonathan Hambrick. Jonathan comes home fourth. Good run for him. Edwin James, again, swapping back and forth in the booth with me. Gets a top 5 tonight. Nate Fields, our points leader, coming in. He's going to leave with the points lead, but he had a little bit of trouble earlier in the race and was able to hang on and finish 6th tonight. Good job for him. Ben Summerford finishes 7th. Good finish for him. Ryan Hyatt, 8th. Sheridan Wade, 9th. Corey Crandall, 10th. Mark Owlett, 11th. And Trevor Benz, 12th. And that's our field for tonight. Again, appreciate you all that are watching and participating with us. Please give us a like, share, subscribe. We're back on the air in a couple nights. Wednesday night, GT3s. Week 9 will be at Watkins Glen. We'll be right back here. I believe it's without the boot, though. It's just the Cup layout in the GT3 series. So we'll have that live this Wednesday night. And then this coming Saturday night, we'll be back on track in the Gen 6 Cup Series as we head to Kansas. And then also, please don't forget, I tried to mention it earlier, but I wasn't live. We do have broadcast set up for this Friday. We have our Daytona 500 qualifying and dual races. Friday night, we're going to be live at around 8:30 Eastern. We will we'll have broadcasting. It'll be kind of a quick qualifying session for everybody to get set for the duels, and then we'll start with the first dual race, and then afterwards we'll have the second duel, and that'll be setting up to qualify or set the field for our Daytona 500, which happens the following Friday, February 7th. That's basically right around our 1-year anniversary for First Gear Racing, which is February 6th. So that's going to be our extravaganza for our 1-year anniversary, is having a 500-mile race that will be broadcast live with me in the booth. I'll be in the booth this Friday as well for qualifying the duels. So please, if you got time, check in, watch it, check it out. It's going to be a heck of a show. We're going to have, right now we're currently 38 drivers signed up to attempt to race. The field is maxed at 40 for the 500. So right now everybody that signed up is locked in technically. If we have more than 40 drivers sign up, the top 36 that signed up first are locked in. The final 4 spots is for whoever else signs up to battle for those final 4 spots in the duels. So going to be a heck of a show. But we'll see you here shortly. Like I said, it's coming up with the qualifying and duels this Friday, but we'll also be on air this Wednesday night from Watkins Glen GT3 Series. Thank you all again. You all have a great night. We'll see you on Wednesday. Thank you very much.